Hello, my name is Kindson Munonye, and thanks for joining me as we begin our discussion on Manage Project Theme. Manage Project Theme is one of the processes under the Project Human Resource Management knowledge area. The Manage Project Theme process follows from the Develop Project Theme, which I discussed in my previous presentation. And today we are going to be looking at Manage Project Theme. Manage Project Theme is the process of tracking team member performance, providing feedback, resolving issues, and managing team changes to optimize project performance. The key benefit of this process is that it influences team behavior, manages conflict, resolves issues, and appraises team members' performance. As a result of managing project team, certain things might result. For instance, change requests might be submitted, the human resource management plan might have to be updated, issues are resolved, input is provided for performance appraisals, and lessons learned are added to the organization's database. Let's now go ahead to look at the ITTOs of the Managed Project Team. There are 6 inputs to the Managed Project Theme process: the HR Management Plan, the Project Staff Assignment, the Team Performance Assessment, Issue Log, Work Performance Report, and Organizational Process Assets. The tools and techniques are just 4: observation and conversation, project performance appraisals, conflict management, and interpersonal skills. There are a number of outputs including change requests, project management plan updates, project document update, EEFs updates, and OPAs updates. Let's take a closer look at some of these items so it becomes clear to us. The first one is the Human Resource Management Plan. We need it to manage the project team because it provides guidance on how the project human resources should be defined, staffed, managed, controlled, and eventually released. The Human Resource Management Plan includes roles and responsibilities, project organization, and staffing management plan. Always remember that the staffing management plan is part of the Human Resource Management Plan. Another input is the Project Staff Assignment. This provides documentation which includes the list of project team members. Another input is Team Performance Assessment. By continually assessing the project team's performance, actions can be taken to resolve issues, modify communication, address conflict, and improve team interaction. Let's look at more inputs. The Issue Log. Along the line, in the course of the project work, issues may arise. So an issue log can be used to document and monitor who is responsible for resolving specific issues by a target date. Another necessary input is a Work Performance Report. The Work Performance Report provides documentation about the current project status compared to project forecasts. Performance areas that can help with project team management include results from schedule control, cost control, quality control, and scope validation. The information from performance reports and related forecasts assist in determining future human resource requirements, recognition and rewards, and updates to the staffing management plan. And finally, the next input we have for the Managed Project Team is the Organizational Process Assets. Some of the organizational process assets that can affect Managed Project Team include certificate of appreciation, newsletters, websites, bonus structures, corporate appraisals, corporate apparels, and other organizational prerequisites. Having looked at the inputs, let's now examine the tools and techniques of the Managed Project Team. One of the tools and techniques is observation and conversation. From the name is very clear. This is used to stay in touch with the work and attitude of project team members. So as a project manager, you need to go back to where the work is going on, ask questions, spend some time discussing, having a brief conversation with the members of the team, maybe individually. That will help you stay in touch and know what is going on. It will even help you understand individuals better. The project management team monitors progress toward project deliverables, accomplishments that are a source of pride for team members, and interpersonal issues. Another important tool and techniques to manage project team is project performance appraisals. Objectives for conducting performance appraisals during the course of a project can include clarification of roles and responsibilities, constructive feedback to team members, discovery of unknown or unresolved issues, development of individual training plans, and establishment of specific goals for future time periods. The needs for informal and formal performance appraisal depends on the length of the project, complexity of the project, organizational policy, labor contract requirements, and amount and quality of regular communication. Let's now move to this important tool and techniques used in managing project team, and that is conflict management. Conflict is somehow almost inevitable in a project environment, and some of the sources of conflict might be resources, scheduling priorities, personal work styles, personnel differences. So the team ground rules or group norms and social and solid project management practices like communicating, planning, and role definitions reduce the amount of conflict. Factors that influence resolution methods include relative importance and intensity of the conflict, time pressure for resolving the conflict, position taken by persons involved, and motivation to resolve conflict on a long-term or short-term basis. Let's continue in our conflict management discussion. There are 5 general techniques for resolving conflict. One of them is withdraw and avoid. That is to retreat from an actual potential conflict situation, postponing the issue to be better prepared or to be resolved by others. To withdraw and avoid a technique might be necessary when you don't have enough details about the problem. You may just say, let's look at this thing at another time. We can't handle this thing now. So in doing that, you are postponing. The problem still lingers, but for that time, you are not doing it. You are saying you are going to do it later. You are running away. Somehow you are avoiding it, handling it. Smooth accommodate. Emphasizing areas of agreement rather than areas of difference, or conceding one's position to the needs of others to maintain harmony and relationship. This is not also a very effective way of handling conflict. Take note that withdraw and avoid is a lose-lose situation. We also have smooth accommodate, which is also a lose-lose situation. Compromise and reconcile, searching for solutions that bring some degree of satisfaction to all parties in order to temporarily and partially resolve the conflict. So each of the parties bend a little or compromise a little for the interest of peace. Force and direct. If the project manager have some power, or if somebody giving authority, he can push on his viewpoint at the expense of that of others, and this offers a win-lose solution, usually enforced through power position to resolve an emergency. Maybe when the situation is getting out of hand, you can just give a standing order and then give a directive for that to follow. Collaborate, problem solve. This is the most effective way. This collaboration and problem solve the most effective way of conflict resolution. It incorporates multiple viewpoints and insights from differing perspectives, but requires a cooperative attitude and open dialogue that typically leads to consensus and commitment. The collaborate and problem-solve technique is characterized by a win-win situation and provides a lasting solution to the conflict. Another tool and technique, actually the final tool and technique we are going to discuss used to manage project team, is an interpersonal skill. Interpersonal skill, sometimes known as soft skill. They are behavioral competencies that include proficiencies such as communication skills, emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, negotiation, influence, team building, and group facilitation. These soft skills are valuable assets when managing the project team. Alright, having discussed the tools and techniques, let's now look at examples of interpersonal skills. One of them is leadership. A successful project requires strong leadership skills. Leadership is important through all phases of the project life cycle. Okay? It is especially important to communicate the vision and aspire the project team to achieve high performance. And then we have influencing skills. It's also part of interpersonal skill. Because project managers often have little or no direct authority over the team members in a matrix environment, their ability to influence stakeholders on a timely basis is critical to the project success. Key influencing skills include ability to be persuasive and clearly articulate points and positions, high levels of active and effective listening skills, awareness of and consideration for the various perspectives in any situation, gathering relevant and critical information to address important issues and reach agreement while maintaining mutual trust. Another example of interpersonal skill is effective decision making. This involves the ability to negotiate and influence the organization and the project management team. Some guidelines for effective decision making include focusing on the goals to be served, following a decision making process, study the environmental factors, analyze available information, develop personal qualities of the team members, stimulate team creativity, and manage risks. Let's now go ahead to look at the outputs of the managed project team. One of them is the change requests. The performance of a successful team is measured in terms of technical success according to agreed upon objectives, including quality levels, and also So staffing changes, whether by choice or by uncontrollable events, can affect the rest of the project management plan. When staffing issues disrupt the project team from adhering to project management plan, such as causing the schedule to be extended or budget to be exceeded, a change request can be processed through the Perform Integrated Change Control. Staffing changes may include moving people to different assignments, outsourcing some of the work, and replacing team members who leave. Project Management Plan Updates. Elements of the project management plan that may be updated include the Human Resource Management Plan. Project document updates may be updated, maybe issue logs, role description, and project staff assignment. We also have EEFs and OPA. So spend some time to get your head around these outputs. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and these EEFs and we've discussed this before now. So I hope you've learned much from this managed project team presentation. I'd like to take you back to the ITTO so you spend some time to get your head around the input, the tools and techniques, and the output of the managed project theme. Thanks a lot for viewing, and please join me in my next presentation as I'll start discussing a new knowledge area, and that is the communication management knowledge area.